Welcome to Science Gal Aquatics. In today's video, I want to add my rosy red minnows to my outside pond, so stay tuned.
Welcome to Science Gal Aquatics, your place for guppy love and more. Sharing the good, the bad, and the unexpected adventures of fish keeping. Let the show start in 3, 2, 1. Enjoy!
So I'm here at my pond and it's going to be a super hot day today, but I want to go ahead and add my rosy red minnows to my outside pond here. There's still quite a bit of green water to the pond from all the excess algae growth that's still present, but it's clearer than it has ever been, and I definitely want to show you what it looks like.
Giving you a little bit of a backstory, I have always used minnows as feeder fish or fishing bait in years past, and likewise this was going to be the fate for these rosy red minnows. The plan was to use them as feeder fish for the silver arowana and black featherfin knifefish. However, after keeping them a little while in quarantine, unfortunately they did develop a fungus. And on a side note, I did originally pick them up and purchase them before I separated the arowana and knifefish. Wanting to share with you footage of when I first started noticing and spotting small white growths forming on many of the minnows. I wasn't sure at first, but after watching them a few days, I still believed it was a fungus. To me, this fungal infection looked almost cotton-like, and it was located on or next to the dorsal fin. This did in fact spread, affecting quite a few but not all of my minnows. I did later on decide to move all of them to an empty 10-gallon tank and began medicating them with my trusty API, later on deciding to go ahead and also turn off the filter due to the weaker ones being sucked up and stuck. Personally feeling like the minnows are doing better than ever, after medicating multiple times and with repeated frequent water changes alternating between 25 and 50%, I feel like they're well enough to go ahead and move into the outside pond. Nonetheless, after being grossly affected by fungus, this wasn't the only culprit responsible for the death of over 50% of my minnows. Just on the 10-minute journey home, I lost a few. Due to the conditions in which they're kept in, they're almost always affected by something, and that's why I waited so long before using them as feeders and kept them in quarantine. And even while medicating, I would continue to find a death here and there. Minnows are easy to find, inexpensive, and just an overall popular feeder fish in the hobby, and this doesn't put them high on the list of care. Overcrowding, low water quality, along with other factors make them vulnerable and open to disease. But through nursing and medicating them and keeping a closer eye, I developed a fondness for them, especially during feeding time, and I also took some time out to learn a little more about them. Rosy red minnows actually fall under the same genus as fathead minnows, which are the gray ones that you see, characteristically known for having a dull olive gray-like appearance and having a black stripe extending down its body. Often found widespread all over North America and therefore making them tolerant to a variety of different water conditions. Because these are considered schooling fish, it's best to keep them in a group, a good handful of 5 or 6 at least, and this is one of the aspects of why they're so entertaining to watch while feeding. Being omnivores, they will eat an array of foods, ranging from algae to insects, and will even nibble on the debris along the bottom of wherever they are located at.
Due to the fact that they are a species that can handle an amplitude of conditions, they are often researched in aquatic toxicology studies, meaning that researchers look into the populations of minnows and how they're being affected by chemical waste pollutions or low pH, and how this is affecting wildlife in the local streams and lakes. Another interesting fact about the minnow is that they are able to release a chemical signal if they do sense a threat, and this helps them escape whether it's a high or low visibility. If you are wishing to keep them and breed them in the future, know that the males are typically larger, 2 to 3 inches in length. The females are 1 to 2 inches. They are not live bears. The females do lay eggs. The males will take care of the nest, but if you are wishing to keep most of the offspring, it is best to remove them. At this point, I'm just finishing up moving the remaining 21 of the original 50 minnows from this quarantine tank to the outside pond. Now that they've arrived at their new home, I'm going to let them acclimate to the warmer pond water. I went ahead and decided to toss in a few of the lily pads to give the minnows some much needed cover. Once they acclimated to the new pond water, which honestly didn't take very long, about 30 minutes, we decided to let them go. As you can see, the pond did fester up some algae because of the increased temperature of the day, but it did clear up overnight. Check out the description box below if you missed last week's video about how I prepared the pond for today. Make sure you like, share, feel free to leave a comment below to add to the discussion, and if you're new here, don't forget to click that subscribe button, and if you already have, make sure you click that bell icon. Until next time, thanks for watching. Enjoy!